environmental issues that can happen all over. And then there are things genetic that happen within those 5 zones. So it sounds like you've got some zonage types of issues, and then you've got some global issues. So we're going to compare the healthiest area that you have, which was, like you said, the back, right through there, Melda. Yep, this is the best hair that we have. And we're going to compare your affected zones to this best hair that you have. And first thing you're going to see in the good hair zone, hey, doc, I got the same stuff, right? Because this is the hair deep that all the hairs should be 3, 4, 5 hairs coming out of each follicle. They're all the same density, same thickness. And as you can see, that I see, you've got some baby hairs kind of sprinkled into your best hairs, right? Mm-hmm. Now, I was also a hair transplant surgeon about 20 years ago. And if I looked in your hair zone and I saw this, I would say, Deep, I'm sorry, you're not a candidate for hair transplant. Okay, and the reason is hair transplants work to remove healthy follicles from one area and put it in another area. These follicles are affected. Okay, now what that tells you is you've got a future where a lot of things are going to get a lot better. Okay, because the capsule on the inside is going to work on all of the hair cells. Okay, the topical is going to work on the ones that we're going to find that are miniaturized that really need to grow back faster. Okay. But it looks like you've got a little bit of issue even in our best hair zone. I see this commonly in female hair patterns, okay? All right, very good, no problem. So right now you can see we've got some areas that have thin hairs that should all be the same thickness, okay? Let's go into zone 1, Imelda, and let's look at that area and compare it to that area we just looked at. Okay, I see it, right? Baby hairs, right? Something's going on. So even though the hairline is somewhat intact, you do see baby small hairs, right? And even more so than we did in the healthy version, right? A lot of these hairs are miniaturized. The good thing is they're not gone, okay? If they're empty follicles, there's nothing I can do. These hairs just need some nutrition, and they're going to come back strong, okay? Great. Now let's go back a little bit, Imelda, into the hairline. I want to see the hair thickening up. Yep, thickening up. Now that looks like recession, and then the hairs get better as you go back into it, right? So for this hair to come back deep, it's going to thicken up here and then come back to the hairline, okay? Let's go to zone 2, Imelda. Okay, oily skin. You see, notice that oily skin, when the light hits it deep, it kind of bounces off like oily. That's also caused by a chemical imbalance inside your body. As soon as we rebalance it, the texture of your hair is going to get better. It's going to lose that mousy kind of oily feel to it, and it's going to spring up nice and strong, okay? Let's double zoom right here, Melvin. Let's look at the potential new hairs that are going to grow in. So the thick hairs that you see are not the problem, Deep. The problem is what? All of these baby hairs around the thick hairs that are not as thick as they should be. Now that happened really quickly in your case, so hopefully it'll happen quickly and regrow, okay? Okay, yeah, baby hairs all around a couple of good hairs. So if you could increase 10 good hairs around that one good hair, you're going to have 10 times more hair in that area. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's go over to zone 3, Imelda. It should look a lot like zone 1. Very similar, yeah. Now let's go back a little bit, Imelda, and the hair should get thicker as we go back into the hairline. Okay. That looks like a pattern that we've seen. Now let's go into zone 4. And zone 4 doesn't look like 1, 2, and 3. It's going to look closer to the hair in the sides. Okay, so you notice you see some of those thin hairs around the in the middle there. That's what has the opportunity to get better. Let me annotate here, Imelda. All of these baby hairs through here, here. All of these are ones deep that will come back stronger. Okay, about 50% are going the wrong direction. We're going to reverse those and make those thicker. Okay. So we'll have a dropper for you, and you'll put a couple of drops here, a couple of drops here, a couple of drops here, a couple of drops there, and a couple in the back, okay? Let's go into zone 5, Imelda, and take a peek. Okay, right, not bad, but not as good as you want. So you see the same thing, some of these little thin hairs. So these thin hairs are going to get thicker, deep, and then notice there's 2 hairs inside this follicle. Imagine if you had 3, 4, 5 hairs. So the thickest part of your head should be back here, and you remember having really thick hair. So instead of 1, 2, 3, you're going to get 4 and 5. So the individual hair fibers will get thicker, and then you'll get multiple hairs coming out of each follicle. That's what the latanoprost topical is going to do. And you and I are going to stop whatever caused it from the inside, and that's where the blood work comes in, okay?
Mhm.
Okay.